Samzirra here, sharing an oil painting with you guys that has taken me the better part of a month. I spent a couple hours painting pretty much every night after I got off work. And the first time-lapse video I made of all the videos together was about 45 minutes, and I sped it up by 2 and then saved it, sped it up by 2, saved it, sped it up by 2 and saved it, and condensed it down to 5 minutes. So you're watching, gosh, a month's worth of painting in 5 minutes here. Really enjoyed doing this one. This is a challenge for me. I don't paint pictures of cars very often. I can't even think of the last time I've painted a picture one. Now, that being said, I have painted on cars, hand painting, airbrushing, motorcycles, boats, cars, all that kind of stuff. And I usually just use an airbrush, but the past few years I've really gotten into oil painting. As you can see by the paintings on the wall, I guess, in the background of my art studio, I just fell in love with oil painting. I always loved airbrushing for like the past 25, 30 years, but always thought oil painting would be super hard. And it is challenging, but in the long run, it ends up being more fun, more forgiving, and just, I guess as a painter, it's more enjoyable to me than painting, especially far better than painting with acrylics. I can't stand painting with acrylics. I rarely do it anymore, unless it's like the base colors, and then but any shading and stuff I do with airbrushing or oil paints. Using glazes, this liquid called Galkid, which is kind of like a clear glue that you mix your oil paints with that makes them watery, so you can layer color and tints and shadows. I mean, everything about oil painting is amazing to me. I love it so much. I'm not great at it the way I am. I would consider myself like a great airbrush artist and a master airbrush artist. Oil painting, I believe, is something that's going to take me the rest of my natural life to master in any sort. But that isn't going to stop me from doing it and sharing these pictures with you guys. Today, in this particular painting, I'm painting a picture of a Volkswagen Golf MK4, a 2001, which is a car owned by somebody I work with at my job. Asked me if I'd be willing to paint a picture of his car. I said, sure, I'll give it a shot. And we went back and forth with some different ideas about as to where to put the car, where we want it parked. And we bounced some ideas back and forth, and this is kind of what we came up with. I have always loved Pike's Place Market in Seattle. And while I don't actually know if you can park your car at this location, I thought it would be really cool to put one there. The guy that had showed me some ideas of what he wanted had a couple things he wanted to have is like the car's wheel turned, much like you see, I guess, in some advertisements for like car shows perhaps, or like on album covers. This guy loves this car that he owns. Most like all car nuts do. We all have specific cars that we love, but you can tell he loves this car. Since we work together, I have spent some time in the parking lot just kind of checking out his car, and he's got some cool little details on it. He's got a really funny bumper sticker on the back that says "I have to poop." I haven't actually asked him about why he's put that there, but I think it's hilarious. I love the way the car sits, and I did a lot of research on it, probably more than was necessary for this painting, but I learned a lot about Volkswagen Golfs. Every so often you'll see my dog pop up in the background there. This painting is 36 inches by 36 inches. It's much larger than I was going to do. When we originally talked about the size of the painting I was going to do, it was going to be much smaller, but I had this giant canvas, and if any of you are artists, you know it as at least I do, I buy several canvases at once. Usually all kinds of different sizes, and the big ones are pretty expensive, and so I always try to save them for a special occasion, and then I end up not using them for a long amount of time because then I start worrying about the cost of it, and I just said, F it, I'm going to use this big canvas. I think the canvas cost me about $100. I use Gamblin oil paint, Gamblin brand 1980 oil paint, which I don't know if you know anything about Gamblin paint, but if you're considering oil painting, I think it's a great brand. It's fairly reasonably priced, and they make all the other products that are associated with oil painting. You will see a lot of cans of Zin. I stopped using chewing tobacco and started saving my Zin cans. They make great little containers to put your oil paint in if you don't want it to dry. So when I started showing some videos to this guy I was painting it for, because I was kind of showing him little videos throughout the process, he made a comment to me about, you must chew a lot of Zin, huh? And I hadn't remembered telling him if I chew Zin, and I was like, yeah, sure, but I didn't realize that the Zin cans were in the picture. So I don't want you guys thinking I'm eating, 10 to 15 cans of Zin every day. I just use them to store my paint now. But that being said, I do think that anybody that smokes or uses chewing tobacco should in fact switch to Zin. It's a much healthier alternative. I can't even believe I'm talking about this right now. Anyways, if you guys have made it this far and listen to my droning voice, I appreciate it. I really just so excited to share this picture. Oh, look, you can see the sun going by. I always love that in time lapse. I'm just gonna let the rest of this video play now and stop talking. If any of you, before I stop talking, would like something painted, give me a holler. I can airbrush it or oil paint it. I'm always down to talk with people about putting artwork together. And that's pretty much it. Hope you enjoy the rest of the video. The background music is stuff that I made on GarageBand, so I hope you enjoy that too. Thanks for watching.
Stepping on my right, shit ain't right, cause I got rights like the First Amendment, which gives me the freedom of speech. So right now I'll teach you the fact that I can film anything from public I can see. Can't trespass my eyes, and most despise the fact that this is a fact that won't change jack unless they add another amendment to the Constitution, the law of the land. Something I proudly carry in my hand to show to the man that doesn't understand. Bitch, get back in your business. Stop asking me my business. What is this? You seem to be confused. There's no need for all this abuse. Just go back inside. Close the curtain. Draw the blinds. Create your own privacy.